If you've been shopping for a cordless robotic pool cleaner lately, you've probably noticed there's a lot of options out there, especially in the $300 to $500 price range. And every single company claims that they have smart navigation, powerful suction, wall cleaning, waterline cleaning, and the latest technology. The problem is that spec sheets don't clean pools. So for this video, I wanted to compare 3 budget-friendly cordless robotic pool cleaners that I've actually spent time testing in my own swimming pool. We've got the Brinbo C1, the Wybot B1, and the Seauto SAT40. Now before we get started, I'm not going to be assigning numerical scores in this video. I've already reviewed a couple of these on the channel, so instead I'm going to be telling you what I liked about them, what I didn't like about them, and who I think each one might be best suited for. By the end of the video, I will tell you which one I think is best overall, which one I think represents the best value at today's pricing, and which one deserves an honorable mention, which is a nice way to say third place. Before we get started, I do want to address pricing. The prices on cordless robotic pool cleaners change constantly. In fact, most robotic pool cleaners rarely sell at their full retail price. So when I say the budget category, I'm talking about cleaners that can regularly be found on sale for less than $500, not necessarily what the manufacturer's suggested retail price is. As far as current pricing goes, I'll link them all down below in the description, and you may see some links pop up in the video as well. Using those links does help us out at no extra cost to you, and I really appreciate it. Now, at the time I'm making this video, both the Wybot B1 and the Brinbo C1 sit somewhere in the mid $300 range. Who knows what they'll be tomorrow, but that's what they are today. Well, the Seauto SAT40 generally sits near the upper edge of that budget category, and sometimes even pushes beyond it, depending on the current sales and promotions.
Hello, I'm ready to work. Now it's all cover mode.
It even talks to you. Now, of these 3 cleaners, this one is my personal favorite. It's the Seauto SAT40. There are a couple things I don't like about it, and I'll get to that in a second, but the reason that it's my favorite is simple. The waterline cleaning is outstanding. If you've watched this channel before, you already know I've tested a lot of pool cleaners that are significantly more expensive than this one, but the Seauto SAT40 consistently delivers the best waterline cleaning performance of any cleaner at any price range. That's important because the waterline is one of the dirtiest areas in your pool and one of the first things that you'll notice. If you've got oil, sunscreen, pollen, or just general buildup around your waterline, that's where your eye goes every time you look at your pool. The SAT40 does an excellent job of scrubbing that area. Beyond that, it does a really nice job everywhere else, and it has a nice large dual filtration filter basket and a replaceable battery, which is something that you don't see with many cleaners. Now, it's not perfect. I promise to tell you what I don't like, so here it goes. Seauto manufactures this, but it's sold under many different brand names, and depending on which one you buy, it could affect the warranty or pricing. It's also the most expensive robot in this comparison. The app is inconsistent at best. Luckily, you don't need it because you can access all the controls on the unit itself, but let's just be honest, the app sucks. The question isn't really whether this one's better than the other 2. The question is really whether it's better enough to spend the extra money, even given those few negatives that I just told you about. And for me, the answer is yes. Of course, I tested them all individually. I just really threw them all in there at the same time for that classic comparison shot. I have to admit though, after having them all 3 in there together at the same time, it was pretty revealing as to which one was the clear winner, especially on a waterline in the stairs. There were a couple times when I felt like I should take the Seauto SAT40 out and put it in timeout for bullying. This one doesn't talk to you, but it still does a good job. Next up, we have the Wybot B1. And when it first came out, it was priced much closer to where that SAT40 is today. And honestly, at that price, I had a hard time recommending it because I felt like for just a little bit more money, you could jump up into the mid-tier category and get a number of cleaners that offered you more in terms of overall performance. But pricing changes everything. As I look at it today, the B1 selling at less than $350 is a much more attractive option. The first thing you're going to notice is how lightweight it is. It's easy to lift, easy to remove from the pool, and just easy to handle overall. Cleaning performance was very good overall, and I actually found that it handled some tight spots and stairs a little bit better than the Brinbo. Neither of these 2 robots is going to clean every stair configuration perfectly, but if stair cleaning performance matters to you, I'd give an edge to the Wybot. The biggest drawback to me is the size of the filter basket. It works, but it's smaller than I'd like, especially if you're dealing with larger debris or pools that get a lot of leaves. For some pool owners, this won't even matter, but for other pool owners, this could mean that you have to pull the cleaner out mid-clean, empty the basket, and then put it back in the pool. I'd also say that this one has the best app of all the ones that we're looking at today, so if that's important to you, there's another thing to consider. And because I can't resist getting the shot of all 3 of them working at the same time, Apparently the Wybot and Brinbo are a little bit confused about why they're here. They seem to be developing a relationship. Yeah, they knew I was watching, but I guess even the robots got to get it in when they can. I was just listening to some of the footage from the underwater camera, and I could have sworn I heard Marvin Gaye playing in the background. I've been really trying, baby, hold back this feeling for so long. They knew they were on camera, they just didn't care. Freaks. The Brinbo C1 is probably the hardest one to talk about because it doesn't really dominate any single category. Instead, it does a lot of things pretty well. The build quality feels good. The filter basket design is one that I like a little bit better than the Wybot B1. Overall, the cleaning performance is good, the wall climbing is good, and it has a decent set of features for the money. At the same time, I can't really find any single category where it clearly separates itself from the other two robots. I do like the way the basket fits in the cleaner better on this one, but I don't know that it's actually a whole lot larger than the B1. And while this one did clean good, that Wybot had a slight edge on the stairs and in tighter areas. To be fair, they both ended up very close to each other in my testing. The C1 did have a much better waterline performance than the Wybot B1. Unfortunately, it's just not anywhere near as good as the Seauto SAT40. In a lot of ways, this one feels like the most balanced robot of all three in the group, but because of the app and the slight edge it has on the stairs, I'd have to give a little bit of an edge to the Wybot as long as they're priced the same. The good news is I don't think there's a bad choice here. Each one has its strengths. If you're looking for the best overall performance and you're willing to spend a little bit more money, the Seauto SAT40 is my choice. The waterline cleaning alone is enough to separate itself from a lot of other competitors, and overall out of these three, it's the one I would personally choose if I were buying one today. If you're looking for the best value based on current pricing, I'd give that title to the Wybot B1, but that is highly dependent on the prices as of the time I'm making this video today. At its current price, it offers a lot of performance for the money. It's lightweight, it's easy to use, it handles stairs and tighter places a little bit better than the Brinbo, and it's got a great app. And for that honorable mention, I'd have to give that to the C1, but if it was $50 cheaper today, or the Wybot B1 was $50 more expensive today, I've swapped those two for the best overall value. The C1 is well-rounded. I like the filter basket better than I did on the B1, and it didn't really have any major weaknesses outside of the performance on the stairs. The good news is that all three of these cleaners can keep your pool looking great. The real question is what strengths matter most to you in your budget? Let me know down in the comments which one you would choose. And if you like this kind of content, then hit that thumbs up button and consider subscribing. Thanks for watching, and remember, belly flops build character.